Hello there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. I am your guide, and today we are venturing into the very heart of the warrior, into the brilliant, fiery core of the magnificent Aries spirit. And my dear Aries, I must begin by asking you a question that might feel a little pointed, a question that might make that restless energy inside of you want to turn away. But I invite you to stay with me, to breathe into this moment. When was the last time you truly let someone walk beside you, not behind you, struggling to keep up with your incredible pace, not in front of you, a position you would never allow, but right there next to you, matching your stride, sharing your path? When was the last time you allowed yourself to believe that you didn't have to be the lone warrior on the battlefield of life? The truth we are about to uncover together in this journey today is one that your soul has been yearning for, even as your mind has been fighting against it. It's a revelation that might shake the very foundations of the identity you've so bravely built, because there is someone in your life right now who loves you, and I mean truly loves you. Not for the victory, not for the strength, not for the unshakable confidence you project to the world. They love the you behind the shield, the you with all of your brilliant fire, yes, but also the you with your secret fears, your moments of doubt, and the tender scars from past battles you think no one sees. If this is already resonating deep within your spirit, do me a small favor and send a wave of that fiery energy to the like button. And if you haven't already, please press that subscribe button and become a part of our Astrology Unlocked community so we can continue to walk these cosmic paths together. Your journey of discovery is sacred, and I want to ensure you never miss a single step. This person who holds this profound love for you, they are not a fantasy. They are real, and they love you with a depth that is so unconditional, it almost feels suspicious to your warrior's heart. They don't care about your age, whether you feel you're too young and reckless or too old and scarred. They don't care about the mistakes you've made, the bridges you may have burned in a flash of temper, or how many times you've had to rise phoenix-like from the ashes of your own making. This person sees the entirety of your magnificent, chaotic, beautiful journey, and they don't just accept it, they cherish it. They see your entire history as the very thing that forged the incredible soul they have come to adore. But here is the cosmic paradox, the part that may feel like a twist of fate. You, my dear Aries, have been subtly, perhaps even unknowingly, pushing this love away. It's not a conscious act of malice. Oh no, your heart is far too noble for that. It is a defense mechanism, a reflex born from a lifetime of being the leader, the fighter, the one who initiates, the one who has to be strong for everyone, including yourself. Your deep-seated fear isn't of being hurt, not in the way other signs fear it. Your deepest fear is of being contained, of being slowed down, of losing that precious, vital spark of independence that defines your very essence. You believe in the quietest corners of your soul that true partnership might mean surrender, and surrender feels like defeat. And so the time has come for this truth to surge into the light. The universe itself is conspiring to bring this to your attention, because if you continue to outrun this love, if you continue to sabotage this sacred connection, you risk losing something your soul has been craving more than any victory, a true partner in your quest. Are you ready, truly ready, to finally turn and see who has been walking beside you all along, patiently waiting for you to notice? My brave Aries, you are a force of nature. Your superpower is your courage, your ability to charge headfirst into challenges that would make others tremble. You are the pioneer, the trailblazer, the one who ignites new beginnings. But this very gift, this incredible propulsive energy, has also become a kind of beautiful self-imposed isolation. You move so fast, you are so focused on the next goal, the next horizon, that you often fail to see the steady, consistent presences in your life. You are so adept at fighting battles, you sometimes accidentally create them in your relationships just to test the strength of those who dare to love you. This person, the one with this genuine love in their heart, has been giving you signs all along. But you, in your beautiful Aries way, have likely misinterpreted them. You've seen their patience as a lack of ambition. You've interpreted their calm support as an attempt to quell your fire. You've perceived their gentle affection as a potential chain, a restriction on your freedom. Because your life experience has taught you a harsh lesson that to be loved is to be compromised, that to be in a partnership is to have your speed governed. And now, as the cosmos presents you with a love that wants nothing more than to be the wind at your back, you can't quite trust it. It feels too good, too easy, too free to be true. But it is real, my beautiful friend. And the proof, the undeniable evidence, is in their unwavering consistency. Think about it. This person didn't flinch when you had a moment of fiery anger. They didn't try to fix you when you were restless and impulsive. They didn't abandon you when you charged off on a new quest. Without explaining your plan, they stayed. They understood. They gave you the space you so desperately need, and yet they were still there when you returned. They have been a steady grounding earth for your magnificent fire, loving you through every brilliant explosion of passion and every smoldering moment of doubt. Because true love isn't afraid of your fire, my dear Aries. It is drawn to it. It understands that your intensity is the source of your incredible life force. You need someone who can stand in the warmth of your blaze without getting burned and without trying to extinguish your flames. Let's break this down a little, shall we? For those of you Aries souls born between March 21st and March 30th, this person could be someone who entered your life like a whirlwind, someone whose energy immediately matched your own, creating a connection that feels both exhilarating and surprisingly stable. For those born between March 31st and April 9th, this may be someone who has been in your orbit for a long time, a friend or an acquaintance who has been a consistent, reliable presence, quietly admiring your strength from a safe distance, waiting for the right moment to reveal the true depth of their feelings. And for the Aries, born between April 10th and April 19th, this love could be coming from someone you once saw as a rival or a competitor, someone whose strength you respected. And that respect has now blossomed, perhaps unexpectedly, into a deep and profound love. What unites all of these possibilities is a singular, beautiful truth. This person sees past the warrior's helmet. They see the dreamer, the idealist, the incredibly loyal and protective heart that beats beneath the armor. They understand your deepest fear isn't of losing the battle, but of having no one to share the victory with. They accept your fierce need for independence, not as a rejection of them, but as a fundamental part of your spirit. This person understands that loving you doesn't mean taming you. It means building a world big enough for your fire to burn as brightly as it was always meant to. So let me ask you again, when was the last time you felt truly safe to just be, not to be leading the charge, but to be your authentic, unfiltered self with another soul? The issue of age, which we touched upon, is no small thing in your mind. It's another piece of armor, another reason you tell yourself this can't work. Whether you are older or younger, there's a narrative you've built around it. If you are an older Aries, you might secretly believe your best battles are behind you. You might fear that you've burned too bright, too fast, and now carry too many scars. You might think, who would want to join my campaign this late in the game? If you are a younger Aries, you may feel that your passion is constantly dismissed as naivety, that your ambitions are seen as unrealistic, and that you haven't yet earned a love that is this deep and respectful. But my friend, the person who truly loves you doesn't see a number. They see a spirit. They are not counting the years on your calendar. They are feeling the eternal, unquenchable fire in your soul. They don't care how many battles you've fought. They care about the incredible courage that shines in your eyes. Because a love this true, this cosmically aligned, operates outside of time. It doesn't follow society's rules or expectations. It simply recognizes itself in another aflame, finding its twin flame pure and powerful regardless of how many trips around the sun you've each taken. Aries, we need to talk about the mechanics of your heart, the way your love truly operates. You do nothing in half measures. When you commit, you are all in. When you love with a ferocious loyalty and a purity of intention that is breathtaking to behold. And that right there is the source of your deepest fear. You know that if you truly let this person in, if you allow yourself to fully feel the connection that is crackling in the air between you, it will change you. There will be no going back. You will be transformed. And that thought is utterly terrifying, isn't it? You have championed transformation your entire life, but always on your own terms. You are the master of your own reinvention. But this is different. This transformation would be a shared one, a co-creation. And that feels like a loss of control. A part of you is so tired of fighting, so tired of having to be the strong one, that you crave peace. But you have tragically confused peace with solitude. You have mistaken independence for isolation. You have equated strength with never ever needing anyone. But true peace, my dear Aries, doesn't come from the absence of another person. It comes from finally being able to lay down your sword and shield, knowing that someone is standing guard beside you. True strength isn't about never needing help. It's about having the incredible courage to admit that you do, to acknowledge that you yearn for that deep, soul-level partnership that your Aries spirit so desperately craves. Do you have the courage to finally admit that you're tired of leading the charge alone, and that you secretly desperately want to share the journey? Let me be incredibly clear about something. The person who loves you is not trying to rescue you. They know you are more than capable of saving yourself. They've witnessed it 100 times. They don't see you as a project to be fixed or a wild force to be tamed. They simply see you in all of your magnificent complexity, in all of your brilliant intensity, in all of your bright and beautiful power, and they choose to stay. They choose to match your pace. They choose to love all the parts of you, especially the fiercely independent, wildly impulsive parts you worry are too much for anyone to handle. And do you know what the most beautiful, liberating part of this all is? This person doesn't want you to change. They are not waiting for you to become calmer, more predictable, or less Aries. They want you exactly as you are right now, with your ambitions burning bright, with your impatience still intact, with your shield still polished and ready, because they understand that these are not flaws. They are the signatures of your soul, the markers of a life lived with courage and passion. But there is a cosmic clock ticking, not because this person's love is finite, but because your momentum is carrying you further and further away. You are building a fortress of independence, not with walls of stone, but with miles of distance. And soon, you may be so far ahead on your path that their loving calls can no longer reach you. You will become a pioneer in a vast, empty wilderness of your own creation, a king or queen of a lonely castle. The universe is about to send you undeniable signs. You will begin to notice the patterns of their support that you previously dismissed. You will remember moments of pure, unconditional acceptance that you were too busy to register at the time. Your powerful Aries intuition, the same gut feeling you use to seize opportunities, will begin to scream at you with the truth you've been running from. And when these signs appear, you will face a choice, a profound, life-altering choice. Will you continue to charge forward alone, convincing yourself that freedom is the ultimate prize? Or will you finally have the courage to pause, to turn, and to take the risk of letting someone into your world? Because here is the raw, unavoidable truth you need to hear. There is no true victory without someone to share it with. There is no deep connection without a measure of vulnerability. There is no epic love story without epic courage. And you, Aries, were born for courage. You have spent so much of your precious energy being the rock, the leader, the unstoppable force for everyone else. You are the one who inspires others to be brave. But all of that strength has come at a cost. It has made you seem unapproachable. You have placed yourself on a pedestal of self-reliance that feels impossibly high for anyone else to climb. And now you stand there alone, wondering why no one is by your side, when in reality, you've built your own solitary summit. The person who truly loves you is willing to make that climb. They are willing to brave the steep cliffs of your independence and the fiery defenses you put up. But they cannot wait forever, because no soul, no matter how loving, can pour their energy eternally into a heart that refuses to receive it. At some point, even the most patient love must retreat to preserve its own light. And here is what will shatter your heart if you let that happen. You will spend the rest of your days knowing you had the chance to be loved in a way that honored your freedom, and you chose the familiar comfort of solitude instead. You will live with the ghost of a question: what if I had been brave enough to let them in? You have had enough battles in this life, Aries. You don't need to create another one within your own heart. This time, you are being given a cosmic heads up. This time, the universe is showing you the map before you get lost. This time, you have the chance to choose a different outcome. Will you seize this chance, or will you let your fear of being contained dictate the course of your life once more? The vulnerability you fear is not a weakness. It is your next great adventure. It is the final frontier you have yet to conquer. When you finally allow this person to see the you that exists, when the battle is over, the tired, the hopeful, the human, you will discover a new kind of freedom. The freedom of not having to be invincible all the time. You have carried the weight of your world on your shoulders for so long. It is time to let someone help you carry it. And regarding your age, whatever story you tell yourself, let me offer you a new perspective that I hope will shatter that illusion. Spiritual power, the fire of the soul, has absolutely nothing to do with your chronological age. It has to do with the passion you've cultivated, the courage you've shown, the truth you've dared to live. And in that respect, my dear Aries, you are an ancient, powerful soul, regardless of the number on your birth certificate. The person who loves you sees this. They see that you are a blazing comet in a world of flickering candles. They see that you offer exhilarating truth in a world that often settles for comfortable lies. They see that you are breathtakingly real in a world of carefully constructed facades. And they choose you not in spite of these qualities, but because of them. Because they too are a soul of substance. They too crave what is real. They too are tired of games and superficial connections. You are two powerful souls who have found each other in a vast cosmos, a safe harbor, where you can both be unapologetically, magnificently authentic. But you're refusing to lower your anchor, aren't you? You're afraid of the stillness. But Aries, you were born to be a force of nature, not a lone wanderer. Your power is meant to be shared to inspire, to co-create. So why are you so afraid now? The answer is heartbreakingly simple. Because this time, it truly matters. Because you sense that this person has the power to see you in a way no one else has. Because you recognize in them the potential for a partnership so real, so profound, it could change everything. And that scares you more than any physical enemy, because it means you would have something truly precious to lose. It means you would have to let go of the illusion of absolute control and learn to trust. But here is the final, most profound revelation for you today. You have already lost control. This person has already changed you. Even while you've kept them at arm's length, they have already found a way into your heart. The only difference is that if you continue to resist, you will experience all the pain and fear of this transformation without any of the joy and support of the connection. You will feel all the vulnerability of loving someone without allowing yourself the profound pleasure of being loved in return. So I ask you to look around your life. Who is the one who is consistently there, not just for the celebrations, but for the quiet moments in between? Who challenges your ideas without attacking your spirit? Who respects your need for space without making you feel abandoned? Who sees your fire and isn't trying to put it out, but instead brings you the wood to keep it burning bright? This person has been loving you in plain sight while you are busy looking at the horizon. And when you finally realize who it is, you will have to do the single bravest thing an Aries can do. It will go against every instinct for self-preservation you have. You will have to stop. You will have to be still. You will have to lower your shield. You will have to admit that you are afraid. You will have to confess that you feel it too. You will have to take a leap of faith and trust that when you show them your true, vulnerable heart, they will not crush it. They will hold it as the sacred gift that it is. It is going to feel terrifying. It will challenge your entire sense of self. It will make you feel exposed in ways you have spent a lifetime avoiding. But it will also be the most liberating act of your life. Because for the first time, you will be loved not for the battles you win, but for the beautiful, fiery, courageous heart you possess. And you will finally discover that this authentic, vulnerable version of you is infinitely more powerful and more worthy of love than the invincible warrior mask you have worn for so long. My dear Aries, the love you've been running from is not like the connections that have tried to fence you in before. It is not possessive. It is not restrictive. It is not conditional. It is the kind of love you always secretly dreamed of, but told yourself didn't exist. And now that it is here standing before you, you have no more excuses. You only have a choice to make. This choice will define the next chapter of your incredible life. It will determine whether you are a soul who lets the fear of being contained rule your destiny, or a soul who has the courage to co-create an empire with a true equal. It will define whether you run alone until you run out of road, or whether you walk a shared path filled with more love, joy, and adventure than you ever thought possible. So stop using your age, your past, or your independence as an excuse. True love doesn't see those things. It sees the timeless, fiery essence of your soul. The person who loves you sees your soul. And your soul, my dear Aries, is a magnificent, untamable, and absolutely irresistible force of nature to anyone brave enough to walk beside it. Stop testing them. Stop creating distance. Stop running. They have already proven they are strong enough to match your stride. Now, it is your turn to prove you have the courage to be loved. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you ever pushed someone away because you were afraid of losing your freedom? Have you ever mistaken someone's patience for weakness? Your story, your truth, can be a beacon of light for other Aries souls who are navigating this very same challenge. Please share your wisdom with our beautiful community. And remember to subscribe to Astrology Unlocked and turn on your notifications. In the weeks to come, we will be diving even deeper, exploring how you can learn to embrace this vulnerability safely, how to build a partnership that honors your independence, and how to navigate the beautiful transformation that awaits. Someone truly loves you, Aries, not in spite of your fire, but because of it. And the only question left is this: will you finally have the courage to let them feel your warmth, or will you spend the rest of your life protecting a flame that was always meant to be shared? The choice, as always, is yours.